he picked the wrong family, and not scared of a conflict, and we're not scared. We're not running. We're coming at him.
Hey guys, welcome to the Think Tank. How are you doing on this happy Saturday? Week is over, get a couple sleep-in days, and then back at it. So I don't know if you're still out there or not. I'm just curious, how was that eclipse? I started running around the different windows and couldn't see anything. Then I got back and I seen the link, the channel name, and I was like, I gotta set this up. So, is it still happening? Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. We are fogged in, so we're not seeing anything. And yeah, maybe I'll see if I can look at it after the stream or something. They are gorgeous, and they don't happen a whole bunch of times in one's life. So yeah, very nice. So, how many of you know about Sarah Boone? She is a mess. I can't even say hot mess because she's no hot. What the heck were they thinking? Putting him in a suitcase. What? Hide and seek? Are you kidding me? I mean, some of these cases they blow me out of the water. They really, really do. So somehow this guy ended up with like bruises on his face and things. So I heard at one point, no, I'm not seeing it in the paperwork, but I did hear at one point where she could have kicked that suitcase down the stairs. I don't know. I don't know. Was she just kicking the suitcase? Why would he end up with those kind of damages on them? And they've got such a history of violence. It's like, oh my God. Like there is a time where you go, okay, no, or maybe just don't drink, or I don't know. She is dandy. She is on her 7th lawyer. Nobody can work with her. She is that difficult. So I do have some paperwork. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a members live later. And we'll take a look at some of the letters she was sending, literally writing the judge to tell him how to do his job. It was like, are you kidding me? Oh my God. I mean, people blow me away. They really, really do. Just when you think that you've seen it all, well, no, not even close. So is that gorgeous, Dandy? Are you enjoying it? I thought she said, let's see here. I thought she said at some point she rolled him down the stairs, but I could be wrong about that. I seem to remember something about the stairs as well. And yeah, I've heard it, but I don't have it in legal writing. I don't have it in any of the documents. But those letters, I'm looking forward to that tonight. So if you can check it out or check it out afterwards, because the way this woman thinks is like, What? Are you kidding me? So I thought before we got too far into her, we'll just take a quick look here. So this is the killing of Jorge Torres. So this is the boyfriend that was in the suitcase. Oh, I'm going to stretch this out. You guys don't need to see me. There we are, a little bit bigger. So yeah, February 24th, 2020, Jorge Torres Jr., a 42-year-old American man, died in Winter Park, Florida, while inside a suitcase at his home. He suffocated to death after his girlfriend, the then 42-year-old Sarah Boone, allegedly zipped him into the suitcase. Following Torres' passing, Boone was arrested and charged with second degree. Prior to his passing, he had been arrested multiple times for alleged instances of DV against Boone, and she had been arrested one time for an alleged instance of DV against Torres. Wow. Boone has been arrested for the alleged battery and the neck stuff against Torres in July 2018, when both Boone and Torres were arrested. However, her charges was dismissed, and Torres has been arrested 4 times for allegedly battery against Boone, each time in which Boone bailed Torres out of the hoosegow. So on February 25th, 2020, Sarah Boone had called 911 and told them that her boyfriend, Jorge Torres, was no longer alive. Boone claimed that she and Torres has had a single bottle of wine and decided to play some kind of twisted game of hide and seek. She claimed that they thought it would be funny to put him in the suitcase. They were both laughing. She stated that she then went upstairs and accidentally fell asleep after leaving Torres in the suitcase. Torres' passing has been ruled a hominid. I don't know. Oh my goodness, the words you have to work on. Let's see here. So Boone was not arrested that day that she found the suitcase and called the police. The following day, she was asked to come into the police station for an interview in which forensics asked for her phone, and she willingly gave her phone to them. They found 2 videos that night that Boone had taken that night. Before, however, she did not remember taking the videos. She also did not try to delete the videos, according to court records. She's heard saying, "For everything you've done to me." Okay. I'm trying to figure this out. How would I do this? Hello, Perry. Good to see you, friend. Okay, so the legal proceedings. Boone was subsequently charged with second degree for deleting Torres, held in Orange County Jail without bail. She has written letters to the trial judge. Oh, has she ever? And she has not been she says she has not been represented fairly. She's expected to use the battered woman defense at her trial, which was set for September 23rd. And now they're saying December 11th, 2023. But I do believe they've been bumped up again. Like I said, this is her 7th lawyer. So it's like, it just keeps, she wants to run the show when she can't. So I'm going to see how I can do this here. No. Okay, so I'm going to do, just trying to figure out how to do this because it's, okay, so I'm going to do this. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so
Do you recall hearing anything coming from apartment 3 while you were after you had gotten home?
Around 10:30 or 11 o'clock, there was a very loud crashing sound where.
So I appreciate you passing this on, Mexi. I'm not quite sure who to give the kudos for, but just a short clip of
I believe,
her.
I'm not sure, I haven't been in their apartment with my roommate, but I believe it's the location of the staircase.
Okay, so
a little bit above.
a very loud, you said crashing sound?
Yeah, like it sounded like something had been like falling down the stairs.
Oh,
It started up high and then it ended.
See, guys, isn't that something? This is probably where we heard it. Thank you again. I'm going to go back a little bit.
Okay, so
a little bit above.
a very loud, you said crashing sound?
Yeah, like it sounded like something had been like falling down the stairs. Because it started up high and then it ended low.
So what they're trying to say is he went down the stairs. Okay. I mean, that makes sense to me. Oh, that makes total sense to me. So that was the neighbor. So he heard something, he heard something. Oh my word. I don't know. She couldn't even remember doing it at first. That's what I think, Perry. I'll come back there, friend. That's exactly what I think. She pushed him in the suitcase down the stairs. And that's what I heard before. It's just like, oh my goodness. But you never know with these cases. I mean, what's fact and what's not. But that is what, I mean, it sounds like Dandy heard the same thing as well. So, yeah, because he had bruises. Yeah. I heard donk, 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 donk crash. Oh, may he rest in peace. Like what? Oh my God. And I mean, the way she was talking to him, it's like, oh, and she taped it all. So, I mean, there you go. So, trial landmines. Sarah Boone needs to show she was helpless before leaving boyfriend to pass in a suitcase to walk free, experts say. Florida woman who is on trial for allegedly leaving her boyfriend in a suitcase to pass away will have to show that she had been helpless in an abusive relationship to get off the hook, a defense lawyer has revealed. Boone was charged with second degree of her boyfriend, Jorge Torres, 42, after she allegedly zipped him into a suitcase during a drunken game of hide and seek. Like, what? No, that's not hide and seek. You're supposed to hide and then someone seeks. You're not supposed to put someone in a suitcase and leave them there. That's got, okay. So, yeah. And they're also saying she did not show up for hours. Like literally the next morning, she went for a snooze. Unbelievably cruel. Yeah. Do you know what? I just seen that. You're exactly right. Where we go. There. She was more concerned with smoking a stogie than her boyfriend being in that suitcase. Sick bish. Yeah. Well said. Well said. Do you think maybe it cleared up for her? Do you think maybe she was in that like drunken haze? And then you know how you start to go, oh, could she be there? Do you think? I think it all started upstairs. He got himself in there and she rolled him to the top of the stairs and just kicked it over. Yes, sadly, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah. Yeah. Then proceeded to record him screaming while she sat on the couch and smoked cigs. Very callous. It's just, whoa. I mean, how after going through 7 lawyers are you going to be able to say, oh, I'm a victim because I'm just like a wallflower? I mean, the woman was literally writing the letters to a judge, to her judge, telling him how to do his job. It's like I was stunned. I was stunned. Just cray, guys. Sarah Boone will have to show that she was helpless in an abusive relationship to get off the hook. Hey, Rapper, how you doing, friend? Okay. Well, I'm back here. Give me 2 seconds, friends. Okay, that's coming in. I don't know, guys. That's coming in good. I think it's okay. But I'll keep watching Dandy and Mexi. All righty. Sorry about the delay, guys. Jorge Torres Jr. So what do you see in this picture? You see that he's wounded around his eye. I mean, look at his neck. Boone was charged with 2nd degree. Jorge Torres Jr., 42. Left him to pass away in a suitcase February of 2020. Like what? Upside down, which means not breathing, right? Torres was pleading for help, saying he could not breathe, while Boone taunted him in a video that allegedly was found on her phone. Torres pled for help, saying he could not breathe in a video that investigators allegedly found on Boone's phone. Boone was heard laughing in the video, saying things like, "That's what you do when you choke me." She eventually went upstairs, fell asleep, leaving Torres in the suitcase. The following morning, Boone found him unresponsive inside the luggage. Boone's trial look at it started back in February 2020, and that's when she started going through the lawyers. Just what? Blows me away. When's the air show, friend? Okay, just about there we go. I think I will try and make this bigger for you guys. Yes, I can. No, we don't want to see them. Nope. No. They're bad guys. They take those guys don't have any hesitation of taking your commercials. I'm already fighting for one that we did yesterday. It's like, what? So this sounds like News Nation, the pretrial conference for a Florida woman accused of zipping her boyfriend into a suitcase, recording his repeated cries for help, and leaving him locked inside until he passed, is set to begin. No, didn't happen. Wah. So Mark Nijame, a criminal defense attorney, told News Nation Boone's lawyer would have a tough road for them to go through if they use that as their defense. Florida does recognize battered woman syndrome, or battered spouse syndrome, I should say. It's typically the woman who's the victim in these matters, but you have to really show that the harm is perpetual and ongoing, and that it is escalated. During the pretrial hearing in January of 2022, the defense attorneys said this was not ready for trial, and he needed to meet with Boone to find subject matter experts for her defense. So, February 2020, Boone called authorities from her Winter Park home and told dispatchers her boyfriend was no longer alive. Investigators said she claimed they'd been drinking the night before, agreed it would be funny if Torres got into a suitcase during a game of hide and seek. I can't even say that with a straight face. Like, what? Boone admitted she zipped Torres into the suitcase, went upstairs to bed, and woke up the next morning to find him still inside and unresponsive. Python invasion has exploded out of South Florida. Oh, wow. The sheriff's office said Boone's statement didn't line up with the video evidence found on her phone, showing a blue suitcase facing downwards with Torres trying to free himself in the video. He called for help, yelled that he couldn't breathe. Deputies wrote in the affidavit. Boone could be heard laughing and saying, "Yeah, that's what you do when you choke me," according to the document. In December 2021, Boone sent a written letter to the judge citing several concerns, specifically regarding alleged lack of communication from the judge overseeing her case or her defense attorney. According to online records, Boone did not file a request for a new lawyer. She also said she was planning to send a letter to Governor Ron DeSantis about the mismanagement of her case. And you know what? I'm pretty darn sure they're not listening to all of her advice. Oh my goodness. Before we jump over here, I'll get it bigger again. It should do us. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Mexi. Isn't that the truth? Come over there. Do. No. What?
With the Sonic 2 for $7 deal, you can choose.
Okay. Dun. Alrighty. Oh, thank you very much. Try not to skip the ad. Great reminder, guys. If you come across a commercial during one of Frankie's videos, please try to skip the ad. Please try to skip the ads. It helps Frankie's revenue. Please try not to skip the ads. I think what they're, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Much appreciated. So if you have not subscribed, please do. And don't forget to hit that thumb and get us further in the algorithm. Let's see here. All right. Video shows interrogation of Florida woman accused of leaving her boyfriend in a suitcase to pass away. Oh my goodness. Seriously, any which way you can think of somebody being unalived, it has happened. Some of this stuff just totally blows me away. It really, really does. Why would you even think, if you're in the middle of like a bad relationship, what would make you think that crawling into a suitcase is a good idea? And the person that is doing up the zipper, what you thinking? A little boot down the stairs, possibly. I'm going to go for a sleep. Everything will be good tomorrow. Unreal. Absolutely unreal. Sarah Boone. Okay, let's see here.
NetCredit is here to say yes to a personal loan or line of credit, even when other lenders won't. Apply online in minutes and get funds deposited the next business day or sooner. Go to netcredit.com. NetCredit. Credit to the people.
A local woman accused of killing her boyfriend by leaving him trapped inside a suitcase back in 2020 had a message for the judge in her murder trial. West 2's Bob Hazen is at the Orange County Courthouse where Sarah Boone had a hearing this morning.
This very bizarre case now not going to trial until October at the earliest. And Sarah Boone did speak in court, giving a letter to the judge.
Her and her letters, you guys, I don't know, is she entitled, rude, just obnoxious? But she, the things that this woman does, it blows me away. It really does.
Sarah Boone sat in a jail jumpsuit 3 days before the scheduled start of her trial for killing her boyfriend, Jorge Torres Jr. Investigators say this video shows Boone taunting Torres while he begs her to let him out of a zipped up suitcase.
Forever.
So, I mean, this part here, it is. It's just, what the heck are you thinking, woman? Help him. I don't know. Was she so loaded she didn't see how serious this was? Or was this just something she was wanting?
Everything you've done to me.
Sarah, I can't breathe, babe. Seriously.
Yeah, that's when you do and you choke me.
Investigators say Boone.
So, I mean, what? What the actual? It's very, Dandy mentioned this earlier. When she's right outside, just after this happens, the first thing she wants is a stogie. It's like, where's my cigarettes? I really need a cigarette. Can I get the pop? I mean, it's on the counter. I'm really dry mouthed. It's like, oh my God, lady.
Claimed that Torres got in the suitcase willingly and that she went to bed, leaving him inside, thinking that he could get out. She's now charged with second-degree murder. And in court for this latest hearing, Boone had a message for the judge.
I had previously sent you a letter and it has not been uploaded, but it was.
So she's going to sit here and tell the judge how he should do his job.
Made an announcement to the courtroom during my pretrial that you do have it, and I was wondering why and if it will be uploaded, because I have another copy of it that I would like to hand deliver to you today.
One letter Boone sent in May covered a lot of topics. She calls the case a witch hunt and talks about what she called the video, writing, quote, "It's not even about the suitcase anymore. My case is a global event, with the video receiving more than 3 million hits."
So what do you guys think of that? What do you think about that? Over 3 million hits. So this letter that she wrote, we do have it downloaded into my Acrobat. This is just one of the outrageous things that she thinks she's entitled for, like entitled to. Look at her face even.
Suggesting that will make it harder to find unbiased jurors. At this hearing, the judge did delay the trial until October to give her lawyer time.
And as we know, that's been delayed again. Let's see here. Video from Florida State Attorney's Office shows Sarah Boone denying she had any intention of leaving her boyfriend, 42-year-old Jorge Torres Jr., trapped and left to pass inside of the suitcase on the night of February 24th, 2020. She said, "I didn't delete him. So if you left him there to teach him a lesson," the investigator asked. "I didn't mean to leave him in there," Boone responded. Boone told investigators she and Torres were drinking wine and playing a game of hide and seek when Torres hid in the suitcase. She said she zipped it up almost all the way, but felt enough room for him to stick his 2 fingers out. Oh, how good of her. She said eventually she went upstairs and fell asleep. Torres was still inside the suitcase. Boone says she forgot he was in there until the next morning. Body-worn camera footage shows Boone speaking with an officer once they arrived on the scene, who zipped him up. One officer asked. I did, but then I fell asleep, Boone said. However, investigators found video on her phone showing Torres begging for help from inside the suitcase. Boone is accused. Boone, Bone, like I'm doing great here. So Torres begging for help from inside that suitcase. Boone accuses him of abuse.
The Echo E-Force battery system, 56 volts of outdoor grade power.
No. Are you kidding me? Okay.
I didn't kill him. You left him there to teach him a lesson. I didn't mean to leave him there.
Video from the Florida State.
So I find this, how many times have you guys seen this clip? I've seen it many, 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 many times. And you can tell just by her attitude, even here, that she doesn't much care what anybody else thinks.
State Attorney's Office shows Sarah Boone denying she had any intention of leaving her boyfriend, 42-year-old Jorge Torres Jr., trapped and left to die inside of a suitcase on the night of February 24th, 2020.
What was the motivation for leaving him in the back? Why he was left in the back? Why did I didn't have any motivation.
Boone told investigators she and Torres were drinking wine and playing a game of hide and seek when Torres hid in the suitcase.
That's the thing. Like, let's play hide and seek. I'll help you hide in the suitcase. It does. It defeats the whole purpose of the game. It's just like, what? And I never really thought about that, Dandy. I didn't really think about that. But she remembers going to bed, but not that intoxicated. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Unfreaking real. I just couldn't imagine some of the stuff we see, friends, and it's just, what? In the last 2 years of doing this is I'm into my second year now, or just finished my second year now. I'm going into my third. People have not failed to amaze me on a regular basis. I can't believe what they do to each other. I can't believe, oh my word. I don't know what's going on out there anymore.
She said she zipped it up almost all the way, but left enough room for him to stick 2 fingers out. She said she eventually went upstairs and fell asleep, Torres still inside the suitcase. Boone says she forgot he was in there until the next morning. Body-worn camera footage shows Boone speaking with officers once they arrived on scene.
Who zipped him up in? I did, but then I fell asleep. Okay, stop. You're okay. I wasn't here. I'm just trying to figure out what happened.
But then investigators found this video on her phone.
And this is the thing. This is where it just comes out. Yeah, right, Dandy? Multiple personalities. They were all playing.
Showing Torres begging for help from inside the suitcase and Boone accusing him of abuse.
For everything you've done to me.
Sarah, I can't breathe, babe. Seriously.
Yeah, that's when you choke me.
Investigators say Torres was also found with multiple injuries from the night of February 24th, including scratch marks on his back, bruises on his forehead, and injuries to his left shoulder. Boone later told investigators that Torres was often violent with her.
I consider not touched him.
Oh my word. Unreal. Well, someone zipped him up. So, and you say I have not touched him. Well, it was just you and me, girl. It was you and him. Like, how does this work? It was just the two of you.
Emma, I have not touched him. I don't think you all understand. He comes at me all the time. He comes at me.
Boone is charged with second-degree murder. She's pleaded.
Okay, look at her face there. She looks so indignant. I mean, look at her face there before I even back it up a little bit. Like, she just looks at the camera like, F you. Okay.
He comes at me.
Boone is charged with second-degree murder. She's pleaded not guilty to the charge. In January, Boone's lawyer told the judge he planned on using the...
So we know that any plans they were talking about back there, they're not happening because she's on to judge number 7. Sorry, lawyer number 7. So here's another one. It's like, okay, really? Mhm.
Boyfriend in a suitcase. Sarah Boone's publicly appointed attorney has withdrawn from that case after she allegedly insulted him multiple times. Court documents show Boone wrote multiple letters to the judge about her attorney, calling him a dud and a buffoon. Today, the judge appointed Boone a new attorney.
Isn't that something? Like, really? Really? I mean, this is why she's not keeping them. It's unreal. So, Sarah Boone's publicly appointed attorney has withdrawn from the case after she allegedly insulted him many times. Court documents show Boone wrote multiple letters, oh, didn't she, to the judge about her attorney calling him a dud and a buffoon. The judge appointed Boone a new attorney during the court hearing. Let's see here. She's still saying not guilty. And yeah, the video shows Boone taunting Torres while he struggled to breathe. Oh my God. So we're going to watch a little bit of this. This is Abby Galev PRO5. I don't know. This again is this is going to be from TikTok. Well, hello, Tracy. Good to see you, friend. Oh, yeah, Sarah's back. Gonna look at this, and then we're going to look at a document or two. So, again, this is from TikTok, and the name
to withdraw.
Judge is towards the bottom there. And actually, let me see, friends.
With you, tell me why you're moving to withdraw.
Judge, the letters that have been coming to your honor, the derogatory berating of my services in this case, I can't effectively represent her. She doesn't trust me. She calls me a dud, I think, a buffoon, on and on and on and on. And no one should have to endure that type of derogatory comments and expect to effectively represent someone, especially in a murder case.
Ms. Boone, I read your letter dated August 26, 2023, and your letter dated August 30th, 2023. And just so we're clear, I read all of the letters that you send to the court. Whether I respond or not is based on what's in the letter and whether I'm asked to actually do something that's within my purview as a...
So we're going, yeah, see, this is another attorney. 7th attorney is assigned. So what the actual guys, how does this work? Do they just keep quitting and this is okay? Does she fire them and this is okay? I don't think I've ever seen anyone go through that many attorneys. It blows me away. It really does.
As a judge or not. If I understand correctly, you have now decided that you think it would be best, in fact, if Mr. Bankwitz was allowed to withdraw. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. And you understand by him withdrawing, I'll have to appoint another attorney. Do you understand that?
I do.
And that attorney is not standing here, so we're not going to be able to address, and I'll give the state a chance to talk to me as well. But assuming I grant this, we won't be able to address the other issues that were docketed for today, which means I'm going to have to reset your case for a later date. Do you understand?
She doesn't seem to care, does she? She just doesn't seem to care. She doesn't get intimidated. She's snarky. She's just a whole bunch of things that surprise me.
That.
I'm not sure what items it is you're speaking of. I haven't received a copy yet of the letter.
So we're having a hearing today in regards to authorization for payment for an expert that your attorney believes he needs to defend you.
Yeah, where did I just see that? I'm going to pop back with you guys here. She goes for self-represent. This will be bigger than Daryl Brooks. Yes, Florida does. I think she tricked him somehow into getting into that case, intending on hurting him. But I don't know if she, that's it. That's it. Just crazy. She wants a lawyer who will only work for her, not jump to her demands. So she makes their lives a misery. Then it's in front of the judge. Can't work with her either. I know. It's like, holy. I mean, true narcissist, right? Right in front of us.
An issue about the compensation of that expert, which is why JAC is participating today. I don't know if your next lawyer is going to think that that expert's the right person to use, or whether they're going to go a different route after consulting with you. And even if they did, they're not standing here. And once Mr. Bankwitz is out, he's out. He can't argue the motion. So do you understand that?
I fully understand.
All right. Mr. Cacciatore, normally the state takes no position in these issues, but
So is she going to ever find somebody she's satisfied with? Because lawyers are not there to jump through her hoops. And, you know, we've seen, like, I'm going to say this. Look at the representation Koberger's got. Look at the representation Allen's got. Maybe it's just because they are larger cases. But at the same time, I don't know how these ones don't seem to be as professional as the ones you're seeing in those cases.
but there are limited circumstances when the state doesn't take a position. So are you taking a position on this motion withdrawal, Mr. Cacciatore?
No, this would be one of those times where we would be not taking a position.
All right. So,
So nobody can work with her. The judge understands nobody can work with her. So do you think she's going to represent herself, or she's going to go with this seventh attorney who probably won't jump through her hoops either?
I'm going to grant Mr. Bankwitz's motion to withdraw. I'm going to appoint Attorney Winston Hobson to represent Ms. Boone. In regards to the other matters scheduled today, I'm going to take no action on them at this time until Mr. Hobson can.
Oh, there we go. So
if I had to be completely honest with myself,
that was pretty, wherever that was. Yeah, absolutely. See how she's acting? I can't imagine that George went, what he went through on a regular basis. That's so true. She is woofda. Woofda. Yeah, it's been going on for 3 years. I think, good Lord, unintentional though. Yeah, like no, don't start Jazzy. It's okay. So let's see here. Okay. Jazzy, no. Yeah, me too. Me too, Mexi. So this is her arrest affidavit. There is a lot of it that is redacted, but I'm going to show you this, and then later I'll set up for the members live. Is today a good day for everybody, I'm hoping? Later tonight? Oh, I think you're right. No lawyer will be ready for her. Ay, ay, ay. I mean, we've seen like some people go through here. Taylor Shabusiness was able to have a lawyer. And I mean, she physically attacked the other one. It was like, that would be someone hard to deal with. But get it together, woman. You're just making this worse for yourself and everybody involved. So, document date, February 25th, 2020. We've got the court case number, defendant vehicle, no, booked 2020, February 25th at 5:45. The agency case number, date, time of arrest, same thing at 4:55. And she was at the Orange County Sheriff's Office. They gave her inmate number, adult, well, she might think so, 5'3", 140 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes, and unknown where she was born. It gave her street address, Orlando, Florida, and postal code. Ethnicity, non-Hispanic. Okay. And the offense is second-degree M. And let's see here. So the arrest affidavit. So let's see here. The undersigned has probable cause to believe the above-named defendant on the 23rd of February 2020 at 2312 at her address, the zone in Orange County, did. On February 24, 2020 at 13:01 hours, Orange County deputies responded to redacted Winter Park, Florida, in reference to a female reporting that her boyfriend, Jorge Torres Jr., was passed. The caller, later identified as Sarah Boone, born October 10th, 1977, reported playing a game of hide and seek. Like, come on. You would think, like, even hungover, half drunk, whatever, hide and seek? Please. Sarah and George jokingly thought it would be funny if George got into the suitcase located in the living room. Sarah zipped George up in the suitcase. Sarah mentioned that she and George had been consuming alcohol during the night, and she went upstairs and passed out in her bed. She later woke up to her cell phone ringing multiple times at about 1100 hours. She went downstairs and did not see George anywhere in the apartment. She then realized that he was possibly still inside the suitcase. Sarah unzipped the suitcase and found George unresponsive and not breathing. Shortly after the 911 call, deputies arrived on the scene. Orange County Fire Department confirmed that George was in fact deceased at 13:07 hours. Hydrate. I gotta hydrate. Sorry, guys. So Sarah unzipped. 911. Deputies arrived on the scene. Orange County Fire Department confirmed that George was in fact deceased at 13:07. The decedent was found lying near the front door of the residence, near a blue suitcase. A small laceration was evident on the decedent's lip and what appeared to be some bruising around his eye. Interview Sarah Boone on February 24th, 2020, 16:57 hours. Detective Scott Lowen and I conducted an audio recorded interview with Sarah Boone located in my unmarked agency vehicle outside of her residence located at Redacted in Winter Park, Florida. The following is a synopsis of Sarah Boone's sworn statement. I read verbatim to Sarah her constitutional Miranda warning. So redacted, redacted, redacted. On February 24th, 2020, Sarah gave verbal and written consent by signing a waiver and affidavit from the Orange County Sheriff's Office to search her iPhone XS, probably factory number, item number. A digital forensic investigator, Janella Udan, I believe, responded to the scene and begun to download the cell phone. While the cell phone was being downloaded, 2 videos were found on the cell phone. The first video began recording on February 24th, 2020 at 23:12 hours. George repeatedly yelling out Sarah's name. Sarah told George, for everything you've done to me, F you. Sarah was laughing when she said, F you, stupid. George repeatedly kept calling out Sarah's name. George said, I can't effing breathe. Seriously. Sarah replied, yeah, that's what you do when you choke me. George continued to repeat himself, telling Sarah he could not breathe. Sarah replied, that's on you. That's what I feel like when you cheat on me. Sarah said, you should probably shut the F up. In the video, the suitcase was facing downward, and you could see George pushing on the suitcase in an attempt to get out. The video is 2 minutes and 3 seconds long. The second video began recording on February 24th, 2020, hours. George yelled out Sarah's name. The suitcase was now in a different position, facing upwards, and moved over towards the left side of the living room. The video was 22 seconds long. And then synopsis of Jorge Torres Jr.'s autopsy. Get out of there. Follow-up interview with Sarah Boone on February 25th, 2020 at approximately 1500 hours. Sarah drove herself to the Orange County Sheriff's Office located at 2500 West Colonial Drive, Orlando, Florida. Detective Scott Owen and I conducted an audio and video recorded interview with Sarah. The following is a synopsis of Sarah Boone's sworn recorded statement. Redacted, redacted, and more redacted. Sarah was informed that she was not free to leave and under arrest. Deputy Sheriff Lisa Dillon responded to Central Operations to transport Sarah Boone to BRC based on Sarah's inconsistent statements on what occurred in the videos found on Sarah's iPhone. I believe probable cause to exist to charge Sarah Boone with second degree. Jorge Torres Jr. is passed, and his path was caused by Sarah Boone's criminal act. Sarah zipped George in the suitcase to where he could not get out. George begged Sarah repeatedly, telling her he could not breathe, and Sarah left him in the suitcase, therefore proves the unlawful passing of George by Sarah's actions that were eminently dangerous and demonstrated a depraved mind without regards for George's life. So yeah, unreal what this woman, when people think of themselves like that constantly, it's like, what is I don't understand how people can be that broken, I guess is probably the best way for me to put it. Okay, what the heck here? Just gonna see. No. See if there's another document I'm looking for. But we will have to see if I can find it. Sarah Boone. No. Okay. Well, if I can't find it right now, so what I'll do is probably include it in what I do with our live later tonight for the members. So if you're not a member and you want to join in, absolutely. I would love to. Well, we would all love to have you. So with that said, let's see here. uh, exactly. So yeah, how did she get him in that suitcase? That's a really good question because he knew her personality. But I have to say unintentional is my new favorite word for anything and anyone. Right? Oh my word. Sarah's final moment in her interrogation when the cop mentioned victim, instant I was trying to make me, it was you trying to make me feel worse. Right? Just, oh my God. That's what I'm wondering too, how she persuaded him to get in. Couldn't have just been he was being drunk and playful and fell for it. You know, I mean, it really, really makes me wonder too. And I don't know if we'll ever find out because, I mean, first of all, they got to get to trial without a lawyer quitting. And once they do that, we got to see what she's going to have to say. She's got it in her mind. She's going to be able to, because of previous actions by him towards her, that she'll be able to walk. She's got this, I think, pretty much paved in her brain. I don't know. Let me know down below what you guys think. So for now, guys, I want to thank you very much for being here. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And hit that thumb on your way out. I appreciate every single one of you. And members, don't forget to hit that bell so we can meet up later tonight. Okay, guys. See you next time. Bye.